Bianca releasing press releases on Kanye's behalf, saying Kim's plastic and washed up and can't hold a candle to Bianca's beauty. Y'all, let's get into this. If you guys don't know, Bianca has been having a ball burning through Kanye's money, launching her thing, doing all this stuff. Meanwhile, Kanye's in the background talking about acting like he's forgetting his name when they're like, yo, what's your name? Huh? My name's Kanye West. And then the only time he comes alive is when he says he regrets doing life. I guess you do, losing $1 billion. You estranged from your kids, a deadbeat dad. Kim sitting there laughing at you, and your favorite freak-off buddy, the man that taught you everything, Diddy, is sitting in jail. I guess it's the end of the era. You can't be freaky no more without paying the cost. Anyway, right? Anyway, but here's the funny thing, I think. So there's a new article saying Kanye West explodes over Kim Kardashian's copycat haircut. Troubled rapper accuses ex of stealing new wife Bianca Censori's look and being past her prime. That's right. Kanye said that Kim was washed up and past her prime. Now hear me out, right? Let me just play devil's advocate. I'm not the biggest fan of Kim or the Kardashians for obvious reasons, but Kanye, past the prime. We saw you walking around Italy for a year with ashy feet, and we should have known something was going on, because any black person that's walking around with ashy feet, elbows, and toes, that was a cry for help, right? You look like a cracked out Jesus walking around for slutty Magna Madeline, which is Bianca. Are you serious? Anyway, talking about somebody is washed up. Boy, Kanye has lost a lot of weight and he looks a lot better, but I find it odd that somebody that laid on a table to get liposuction for his wedding and then screamed, I laid on a table for liposuction. This is after liposuction actually took your mom's life, tragically. Anyway, let me just go on. So get this. Here's my whole point. Bianca's spending all Kanye's money. Okay, right? She has control over all his finances, power of attorney. That has been verified. Okay. And I think that Bianca has a fixation on Kim. I'm not joking. If you read the old 𝐲𝐿 article from an employee that told the inner workings of what was going on at 𝐲𝐿 and the way Bianca would corner people and be like, what's your views on Hitler? Did you like him? She made a 𝐲𝐿 intern, who I think might have been underage, make a sign talking about some homeless D for herself. Anyway, right? Bianca, listen. You know how people are like, what type of sane person would show up on a red carpet naked for no reason? Well, now you know. Anyway, so Bianca, I think, is putting out press releases on behalf of Kim. On behalf of herself to go after Kim. Because if there's one thing I do know, Kanye is that type of hyper fixated kind of ADHD creative, meaning when he's fixated on you, it's all day, every day. But when he's not, you don't exist anymore. And you cannot tell me that Kanye is walking around thinking about Kim this much. I'm being serious, because if he did, he would be with those kids. Anyway, here's the report. Callous Kanye West is tearing into ex-wife Kim Kardashian once again, this time over her new hairstyle. Why would you tear in? Because you know how I know this is Bianca and not Kanye? Because at the end of the day, Kanye likes the front, but he's black. And as a black man that grew up in a black neighborhood, you know what a good wig look like. You know what a good wig looks like. And you know Kim, in that little short Kris Jenner wig, looked a hot mess. That's the first time when I saw whoever does her hair, Chris Appleton, and I was like, Kim, you gotta get a black person to do a short pixie cut wig. I do not think that Kanye would be enraged. I think Kanye would burst out laughing like pretty much every other black person did with that Halloween adventure wig. Anyway, they said Kim recently stepped out rocking a sexy, shorter do that won widespread praise from fans and fashion moguls. But that didn't stop her from getting 2 thumbs down from Kanye West, accusing her of copying his current robo-bride, Bianca. Kanye still cyberstalks Kim all the time, passing judgment on her style and saying how predictable and dull she looks these days without his genius input. Now, here's the thing. I do not think he's stalking her because the joke's been written. I will say this, surprisingly, whoever Kim's new makeup artist is, hair artist, and whoever her new stylist is, or maybe it's the same one that's doing the all sphere, they're hitting it out Kim doesn't do avant-garde. Kim is not experimental. She always looks like the issue's wearing her. Kim does better when she just leans into old Hollywood. Just be pretty and do things to accentuate your body. Kanye might find it corny, but that's the way she looks best because she's just not a fashion girly, right? A fashion girly is a bit of a chameleon. Kim is not a chameleon. Lover or hater, she is Kim, right? Anyway, they're saying Kanye will tell anyone who will listen that he was singularly responsible for shaping her into the sex symbol she's become. And now he's doing the exact same thing with Bianca. Okay, that's how I know Kanye didn't say this. It sounds like Bianca's writing this. Kim was already a sex symbol. That's why Kanye married her, baby. She was a superstar. So what are you talking about? The thing is, Kim was always a sex symbol. She wanted to be taken seriously. When she became a fashion girly, that's not the same as being a sex symbol. Anyway, they said Kim and Kanye have been embroiled in open warfare since their bitter divorce after, wow, wait, Kim and Kanye were only married for 8 years? Why did I think they were together for like over a decade? Although they still co-parent the 4 kids, Kanye ain't seen those kids a month, according to Kim. Kim is widely said to be terrified of Kanye, who's become a global pariah for spewing hate and declaring his love of Hitler. Doesn't Kim still vacation in a very racist town that has a KKK chapter with her kids? But I guess her money is going to save people, her kids, from being treated different or worse than other people. Let's see. Okay. Anyway, Kanye has a scheme. He has a rival fashion brand that's debuting December 11th. It's called Bianca, that they're hoping will topple Kim's vastly successful Skims line. Insiders say Yeezy is totally obsessed with getting one up on his ex, especially when it comes to style. Again, I don't believe this. Kanye! Nah. Anyway. Now, I think Bianca wrote this. Ironically, Bianca has been accused of copying Kardashian, but that doesn't seem to have registered with Kanye, who routinely goes on a warpath against Kim and her plastic fantastic family. He said about Kim, I see Kim rocking the same style he's chosen for Bianca. It's not just a haircut, but the whole wardrobe. Has him totally crowing from the rooftops and in classic Kanye style, calling her all kinds of names. He's saying that she's way past her prime and too filled with plastic these days to warrant his attention. Whereas Bianca's a natural beauty who is destined to become way bigger than Kim. What? Here's the thing. I don't want to say anything, but I might as well. Who's a natural beauty? I know a woman shaped like a capital P when I see one. And Bianca is naturally shaped like a capital P. And Kanye helped with the booty and all that other stuff. Girl, you are fooling no one. Regardless, are y'all buying this? I think Bianca's putting stuff out. I think Bianca's in charge of everything. And Bianca has something to prove to Kim. And I think Bianca is upset that Kim is stealing all her stuff, because Kim is. But at the end of the day, what are you going to do? This is the woman Kanye married, the woman that has 4 kids with Kanye. I mean, you married into a dynasty. So there you go. Anyway, you guys, listen, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to you later. Natural beauty. Kanye don't know the meaning of natural beauty. He likes surgery, figure, faces, and everything in between. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.